So you get stabbed, young lady.
G'day, it's Mick from Deep Creek Farm Stay. Busy day again. Going to be trimming the goats' feet today, this morning first up. After we do the normal feed, I'm going to clean up paddock 1. The donkeys are back in the weight loss paddock, so they need feed in the morning and afternoon. Use these bags to slow down the rate of their feed. I'm going to scratch Buddy. Hey, I'm going to put your breakfast in there. So the donkeys get fed out of these bags just to restrict their feed. All we get is one biscuit, a small. They're only small biscuits from this lot of hay, and straight into the bag. So that'll be breakfast for one of them. And the other one, same again. Only small. Fold them over, makes it easier to get in the bag. And the goats, give them 2 splices, 2 biscuits of a morning and night. There it is, donkeys. Be back in a minute. Goats usually get fed first, just to free up my hands to tie up their bags and that. Hungry goats. Easy as that. Donkeys, I think they're starving to death. That's teasing them though, trying to set this camera up. Alright, yeah, the donkeys get fed out of these bags. Tie them off to the fence. Just a couple of hitches. I'll pull that around tight. Then Donnie will come over and get his. That'll take him probably an hour and a half to eat through that. Whereas if I'd just thrown the biscuits into their feeder, which I'd done in the past, 5 minutes it's gone. Also do a quick water check on both of them. Yeah, looking good. My paddock visual check. Sheep are just there in paddock 2. And luckily the cows have come up to the front of their rotations in paddock 4. So I can see them all from here. Everyone's happy. This paddock 1 is where I'm going to get into today and sort of run out of grass. So I'm going to just get in there with a whippersnipper, knock out some weeds, and then block that, shut that gate up between the 2 paddocks and let that one have a rest for a while. Bananas are getting there. Not sure how well you see it. It's in the shadow of the leaves in there, but there's a bunch filling out. Another couple of weeks and they'll be good to go as well. The chickens have broken their feeder, so it looks like they need a bit of feed. I'll have to get that that big feeder sorted sooner rather than later. Water looks okay, but I'll get him some food. Looks like we've just lost the nut that holds this onto the feeder. Quick egg check. Bit early in the day. Nothing yet. Next job of the day is to trim the goat's hooves. They're pretty friendly and will come up to me. Usually I just grab them, grab their leg and trim their hooves. But I'm not sure how I go holding the camera in one hand, trimming them in the other. These are the trimmers I use. Just standard, not too expensive. Bought them at the feed store in town here. This is Clover. Doesn't look too bad. This is how we cut these little ones' feet.
Just, whee! That's how you get stabbed, young lady.
So the goats have a pad on the base of their hoof there. Just pretty much trim it along that line with that. Round off the fronts. I'll do the side and flip around. Wheels on the back here a bit long. Not too bad. I'll flip her over so I change side. There you go. Now we'll do this one. It's better. Wasn't too bad. Now the boat. Yeah. There we go. One miniature goat done. And she's going to run straight over and grab some tucker. She's missing out. Oh. On him. Hiya! Up! Here you go, William. This is young Bill. His knee doing pretty bad, actually. Start here, mate. Yeah, you need a trim. You need a trim. How come yours go faster than your sister? Won't be long, Bill. Heel's a bit long too. Yeah, this back one looks a bit overgrown. Hang on. Oh, there you go, buddy. That might be a bit better. Come on, Bill. Last one. That'll do. Quick, you better go before they eat it all. There you go, that's a quick look at how we trim the goat's hooves. Going to take an hour now or so, just do a bit of tidy in this front paddock. clear out a few weeds and whatnot. I'll then push the sheep back through into that paddock too and shut that gate and reinforce it so they can't come back through. This stuff here is going to be the bane of my existence. I think it's called rat's tail grass. Not sure how well you can see that. There's a seed head there if it'll focus. If anyone knows how I can get rid of this stuff, I really would appreciate an answer. I've done a fair bit of reading about it, and in every square metre of the rat's tail grass, apparently 85,000 seed heads are produced. The seeds, they grow up in already established grass. So usually with weeds, if you've got a good sort of thick stand of grass, the weeds won't grow. But this stuff, for instance, right here, this is the best grass we've got on the whole place. It's thick, it's always gets well watered, and this big stand of it has grown up in it. What I'm going to do here is just scissors and a big plastic bag, and I'm going to cut the seed heads off. Trimmed all the seed heads off. I'll just come through now the whippersnipper and give it a tidy up, knock it right back, see how that goes. Here's another stand of that rat's tail grass. Shows you better the seed heads. This one's progressed, it's probably another couple of weeks further along than that other patch up in the front paddock. So I've chopped all the seed heads off here. I'm going to do a bit of an experiment. I'm going to let this one stand as it is and see if they regrow the seed heads. And then up in the first paddock up there, where I cut them off earlier, I'm going to chop that whole down with a whippersnipper and just see what happens, what the difference is, so I can work out for myself what the best way of handling this stuff is. If you see down, looking through the plastic bag there, there's tiny little, thousands of them on each plant. And what I'll do is I'll just take this whole plastic bag and throw it in the bin. My intent for the place and my natural instinct is to try and handle it naturally without using the poisons, but I am at a loss about how we can handle it here. I'm still not convinced the poison would handle it either. I mean, it will kill the plant, but the seeds and that are already down on the ground and probably will germinate. That's what that stuff looks like. I've just chopped the majority of it down with the whippersnipper. Big, thick clumps. What I'll do is I'll get the slasher and the tractor and come through and just run over the top of it. What I'll do now is I'll push the sheep back through there, shut that gate, and then do my little reinforcing and lock them in there. And then I'll let this paddock go for probably a month, let some grass grow back, see if I can lure them through without any feed. We'll see how this goes. See how Rammy's getting bigger. Just went up to get some hay, come back, found them all where I want them to be. The bribe is not needed. They're a pretty smart lot. Great place to hang out in the shade. Another day done. Please subscribe and thanks for watching.